looking for affection in the wrong places. I'm an American on vacation in Europe right now. A few nights ago, I went to a strip club in Zurich, and after being cajoled by these two Polish strippers, I dropped $500 on a champagne bottle. I was hoping that it would make me feel something. I was hoping that their affection would make me feel better about myself, even though I knew that it was fake and that it was paid for. It didn't do that. It only made me feel worse about myself, like I couldn't get that affection without paying for it. It validated those fears. I paid for the bottle because I was hoping that it would buy me some time to practice flirting with them, so at least I got to do a little bit of that. Somehow the conversation led to them talking to me about past relationships. I told them I hadn't had any, and they asked me if I was a virgin, to which I said yes. They were shocked. I guess one of them pitied me, because she started to caress me more and because she offered to give me a full private show for a discount, to which I rejected. I guess I wanted that kind of sympathy and affection, but when I actually got it, I felt patronized and somewhat emasculated. I didn't feel comfortable staying there any longer and I wanted to leave. When we finished the bottle, they kept trying to cajole me into buying a more expensive bottle of rosé. I declined and was trying to think through about whether or not I really wanted to stay. That stripper that pitied me got frustrated with me for coming to a strip club without having any idea of what I wanted and for coming to a strip club to expect genuine intimacy. The other stripper tried to guilt-trip me by saying that the reason why I struggle with women was because I expect too much too quickly. That I wanted to have her affection and intimacy after just getting to know her. She said that I was trying to rush things and that I wasn't playing it cool. She was just trying to guilt me into buying a bottle, because it was literally her job, but there's truth to what she said. To use a Dr. K metaphor, when you're starving and you get a sandwich, all you want and all you can think about is that sandwich. And when someone asks you to share that sandwich, you are absolutely unwilling to give it to someone else. If anything, you want to take more, or at least jealousy protect what you have. And I guess that's me. I feel so lonely. I feel that I can never get that kind of emotional support from my family. And I feel that I can't ask for that emotional support from my friends for fear of driving them away for being an emotional burden. Paradoxically, despite spending so much of my life struggling alone with my mental health and my existentialism and school, career burnout and my dysfunctional family, I feel so emotionally dependent on an imaginary partner who can give me that support and be that rock for me in tough times. It's incredibly difficult to face these challenges alone, and I just want someone who can be there for me and hold me when everything is falling apart. I'm afraid that this life that I have, a decent job, a high salary, a materially rich lifestyle, and a group of friends, could all be taken away at any minute. I'm so anxious that I'm living on borrowed time. Wouldn't it be nice to have someone by my side if that were to all disappear tomorrow? I have a more senior coworker that I hold in high esteem. She looks exhausted half of the time I see her in the office, and she has worked some pretty late nights. But at least she has a husband she can go back to and forget about her troubles when she's in his embrace. I'm a very generous person. I've done so much for my family, and I'm always there for my friends when they need me. I give money, perhaps too charitably, and I have great difficulty resisting anyone who asks for my help or my charity, especially if they guilt me. I'm not assertive, and I have a lot of trouble setting boundaries. I don't leave any room in my heart for myself because I give so much of it away. So now I know where my neediness and emotional dependence comes from. Because I never leave anything for myself, and because I never practice emotional self-care, I'm unable to be emotionally independent. I'm always seeking an external source of support, and I've tied it so much to romantic intimacy. And so it always gets in the way when I try to flirt with women or talk to women I'm attracted to, because I get too wrapped up in my head. To the point where I can't enjoy the moment and just chill out and be in her company. What should I do? She 20, F. Broke no contact with me 21, M, but now blocked me off completely. So the girl I am going to talk about actually recommended me to write on here, since she said she normally does and also knows that well I don't talk about my problems like that. So yay to who is reading this. Here goes my story. So the girl, we will call her Jas. So I met Jas in May after seeing her at the same bus stop I got on. I didn't talk to her the first times because I was nervous and did not want to seem like a weirdo on the bus going up to her, which I am pretty sure had happened, and she did tell me it did. So then one day I decided to just do it. I decided that I was going to get off the same bus stop as her and talk to her. It was a bit hard because at the time, I was taking a drafting course and we had to take it home, so the bus rides were a bit of trip. And so I had to sort of run up to her, and eventually I tapped her on the shoulder and she turned around. And so there she was, the girl I wanted to talk to, in front of me, and well, I did just that. I told her that I really liked the way she dressed. Because I did, and that she seemed like a really nice person to talk to. I was so nervous, and she noticed that because she called it out a bit, so yeah, I messed up there, but I kept the ball rolling. So eventually I asked her for her number on the way while we were walking to her house. And she gave it to me. So we walked him that day and talked and spent 2 hours at a little park near her house before she left to her house and I left to mine. So we started texting and talking and hanging out with her since that day for nearly 2 months and a half, I believe. I got her a sunflower, since she loves sunflowers, and other little tiny gifts that she said was too fast and that I was moving too fast for her. So yay, during this time, I made it clear what my intentions were about being in a relationship with her. She said she had broken up with her ex in February or March, and it was a real hard breakup for her. So she wasn't ready for anything anytime soon. I was okay with that, and as we kept talking, I would flirt with her while also trying to help her with the breakup because she would talk about it every day. I tried not to pay mind to it because I had also went through a breakup where I needed time, and well, Jas happened to be the first girl I decided to pursue with genuine intentions. I do believe that during the whole time, I held myself in a way that showed her that I just wanted to be there for her. I listened to her about everything, joked with her, hung out with her, everything just seemed nice. And well, there were moments where she would seem to give me the feeling of a sort of comfort that I interpreted as the reciprocation of my feeling towards her. I will say that I am hard-headed because yes, I was talking to her for 2 months hoping that she would see that I learned to care about her, but it got to that point where we went our both ways. And I respected it because I wanted her to heal, again me thinking about my situation. I stopped sharing my location and went on with myself. She eventually removed me off her social media, and I took that as a clear sign that she did not want me in her life. And I accepted it. I didn't blow her phone up. I didn't throw a scene. I just accepted what she wanted and moved on. So going into this, I guess you can call no contact period. I don't know, tell me if I am wrong, but we didn't have contact until 2 weeks ago. Before that, I had liked one of her TikToks that popped on my For You page, and I literally related to it. It was about being in a quince where you maybe have not had a partner to dance with and everyone does. As a Mexican who goes to many quinces, I know how that is, but now I just dance even if it's alone. But going back to the contact, after time of not talking, she called me around 1 in the morning. I play college soccer, so I do end up pretty tired from my practice and homework and whatnot, so I do value my sleep. I actually sleep, and so I did not hear the call or anything. I just woke up to the notification with her name on it. My heart dropped because I really thought this was never going to happen. So I decided to text her and tell her literally what I just said, that I was asleep and that I had missed her call. Literally a minute after, she responds asking who it was. My heart dropped again, and I couldn't believe that her response was that one. I decided to continue being calm and just resounded that it was me and that maybe she had accidentally called me, which I don't think so, but I wasn't going to be confrontational with her. But I am sure that she knew who it was. And so it gets to me that she then acts like I am a stranger, which yes, I was becoming one, but maybe that isn't the end. I do kind of think about maybe if I should have called her instead of texting her, I could have actually had a different outcome, or maybe not. So going back to the texting, she left me undelivered. I bumped into her and saw her for the first time near a bus stop, and well, I did see her, and I want to believe she saw me because of her reaction. We didn't stop or anything, but our eyes crossed. That day was the day before her birthday. So I was already planning on sending her a birthday message. And I just added that I hoped that me reaching out wasn't going to make her uncomfortable because we bumped into each other and how she had seemed to make it clear that she didn't want to talk to me. So I assumed me too. I also had added that if she was open to it though, that I would love to catch up with her. She just responded saying thank you, and I left it like that. Bringing back to the college soccer aspect. My team hasn't been on a good streak, so because of that, I didn't go to practice and I decided to take the bus home. And in that same bus, Jas was there. It's funny because I reminded me of how I wanted to talk to her but couldn't, and well, it was like she was a stranger on the bus. I assume she noticed my presence, so this being kind of the second time of seeing her and this sort of contact that happened after months. I decided to text her and well, I found out I was blocked there too. And so now here I am. I really don't know if I should worry about the situation or wait to see what happens. She thinks that I am going to be a dick about the whole thing. I am not. I genuinely want to hear her out and get an answer as to why she just becomes so dry and distant with me when all I did was show her that I cared. What do you guys think? Should I talk to her? So just see that if she wanted to talk, she would talk to me. What should I do? She 20. F broke no contact with me 21. M but now blocked me off completely. How can I 32M rekindle my relationship with my partner 33F now that it feels that the spark is gone? My partner and I have been together a year and a half. She has a toddler and we all moved in together a few months ago. It's been an adjustment because I was used to living alone and need solitude, and it's tough being a parent and having a 3-year-old going full tilt from the moment he wakes up to the moment he goes to bed. The last few weeks have been really challenging as he's been sick and miserable, irritable, angry, and acting out physically. I don't blame him. He probably doesn't fully understand what he's going through, and I know he doesn't have the ability to regulate himself yet, and it's our responsibility to teach him that. I feel like the stress of the situation, lack of sleep, bodily fluids everywhere, the tantrums and her visit early in the morning has driven a wedge between me and my partner. We're beyond exhausted, low on patience, and out of our wits. We still love each other, but it feels like something has changed, like our connection isn't as strong. And we're not even really connecting on a daily basis. I just feel like we don't have the bandwidth. When we hug, all I feel is, I wish I loved her like I used to. It just doesn't feel the same. We haven't had sex in almost 2 weeks, and the last time we did it didn't feel great. We talk about and plan on it every day, but it doesn't happen, either because we're tired, it's late, I'm not in the mood, or we get into an argument that while it temporarily kills the mood because we resolve it pretty quickly, it just takes up time we could be bonding. It's tough because when things have been tough in the past, we've had each other to bond with and comfort. Now it just feels like we're on our own, but with the burden of being alone with each other. I feel like something in this experience has broken me. I told her I felt like we made a mistake moving in together and I'm not happy with our life and I don't want to be in this situation raising a kid. Writing that out is like, there's your problem. The thing is I did, and sometimes still do, feel that way. But that's me at my lowest and feeling broken and defeated, mourning my solitude and bachelorhood. Not when I feel present, engaged, connected, and capable. When I feel that way I love our life together and I love being a parent with her. I am still struggling with not getting much alone time. I really need it and she doesn't quite understand it, and I didn't realize how much I need it until I didn't have it. It's a lot to wake up, have people around me and need to be on my A game, go to work, be around people, be on my A game, come home around people and be on my A game. Every single day. I know there's things I can do to get some alone time, but it's easier said than done when she needs me to help raise a kid and run the household and be a good partner. I'm just not really sure what to do, how to improve this situation and rekindle our passion and love. Any advice is appreciated. I want to clarify the term bachelorhood. I don't mean being able to go out and be with women or whatever. Like I miss my quiet mornings and being able to go on a walk whenever I want and not being beholden to such a strict schedule or routine, and feeling like my life and time is no longer my own. Stress has been high lately and it's taken a toll on me and my partner and it feels like we've lost the love and passion we once had for each other. I'm looking for advice to get through this and grow our relationship.